You know what today is? April 1 of 26. That means it is the 23-year anniversary of www.loudmouthtim.com, home of online video, the longest running web series in the history of the internet. And to a lesser extent, me being Loudmouth Tim here on YouTube. And I was just sitting around thinking about the history of Loudmouth Tim, the website, all the videos that were made, people I had come on a lot of the early episodes, things I did, things I should have did, things I didn't do, and how could it have been better? Well, it's been fun. I've always enjoyed doing it, telling everybody how things ought to be, telling them what they're doing wrong and the right way to do it. But in 23 years, LoudMouthTim.com has never made a dime. Anything. A couple of weak little newspaper articles, a couple little pops in popularity when certain videos came out, and that was pretty much it. Here on YouTube, I made a few videos that got some good views, but again, nothing really very big. My single biggest video on here, I think it was the Richard Sings Again video, has gotten more views than any video I've ever put on YouTube, and it was always a popular one on the website itself, episode number 39. Oh boy, what could I have done better? What could I have done differently to make it more popular? Well, most of you may not be aware of this, but way back in the early days of the internet, there was no streaming video. You had a dial-up connection, and even if it was a better dial-up connection, or even a low-end DSL line, it probably couldn't handle streaming video very well. I got on the internet for the first time back around 96, 97. 97, I started taking the internet seriously and doing more and more with it. And at that time, in 97, I thought, boy, this has been going on for a couple of years. I'm really late to the game getting into this whole thing. And through just random stumbling around websites and this and that, I found a few websites that were doing their own little live streams or web shows, whatever they were called at the time. The sync.com, sync.com, home of Snack Boy, Cyberlove, Jenny Cam, The Jenny Show, and at the time it was like little grainy postage stamp size videos that you could somehow stream over a dial-up connection if you were lucky. They would go a few minutes, maybe 20, 30 minutes in some cases, and they weren't very entertaining, but that was an amazing thing. Forget that you could go to watch TV and go to movies. This was seeing a video on the computer, and that was different. That was special. That was something else. And after a couple of years watching these random videos, whatever, I'm saying, you know what? I could do that. That'd be a good outlet for me to put my own thoughts, attitudes, and opinions out there and let everyone know what I think. And it became about this time I went to a computer school, some little fly-by-night, waste-of-time computer school, in which I happened to have an HTML programming class. And in the course of that one semester of HTML, I went from knowing nothing about web design to being actually pretty good at it. And I created, personally myself, with no page builders or nothing, all the HTML code that made loudmouthtim.com and still makes it run. It was designed to be a very simple, basic, fast-loading website optimized for a 56K dial-up connection. No fancy graphics, no style sheets, no JavaScript, nothing. Just basic, hard-coded HTML, and that's all it needed, and it was fine. And it's still fine. Go look at it, and you'll see what were websites designed back like in 2002. And it's still like that. I never saw a need to change it. It was all about the videos, making the videos. And I had fun making the videos for a long, long time, doing whatever I could. And it eventually evolved into more doing YouTube videos with streaming and doing it on the cell phone here. I think back, boy, Tim, you used to hear stories about other video channels getting popular or making some money, this and that. and certainly a lot more of that on YouTube. How about you? Where's your big papa success here? Yeah, that's a good question. Where is it? Indeed. Well, I think the single biggest mistake I might have made was not getting onto YouTube when it first began. Now, I began my web series on April 1 of 2003. YouTube didn't even start up for another 2 years after that. So I was ahead of the game. And around 05, 06, 07, people tell me, hey, why don't you have your videos on YouTube? You should put them on YouTube. And at the time, very dumbly, in retrospect, my answer was always no. I want them to come to my site and watch my videos on my site. That way I can look at my AW stats on from the hosting provider who's providing my videos to everybody, and I can see what was the bandwidth, how many views. Oh man, bandwidth and views. That's the least of your worries. Now I know that. Oh. And I don't know when YouTube began paying people to put videos on YouTube. Can anyone answer me that question? When did YouTube start monetizing videos and paying creators to put videos there? I don't know. I never thought to look it up. I should have. I made a YouTube channel back in February of 07, but I didn't do much with it. I put a few of my videos on there. Couple just here and there over the years. Didn't do much with it. It was there. Didn't think much of it. It wasn't until 18 that I started actively using my LoudMouthTim YouTube channel and trying to make something out of it here and get a lot of videos on, get enough popularity, subscribers, views, watch hours, and get monetized on YouTube. Not that I need the money from YouTube monetization. I make enough money on my own businesses and jobs and stuff like that. I'm good there. But it was the goal to shoot for. That's a mark of success. And I have seen so many stupid channels on YouTube. There's some guy in his 60s just bumbling around, mumbling about, this, that, at my house, and I'm going to go fishing or cut the grass. And how do you have 60, 70,000 subscribers and thousands of views per video? Hey, I figure I have a huge variety of videos. Surely something is going to hit sooner or later and take off and blow things up. You would think so, wouldn't you? In 23 years and in about, 375 or so videos I have here on YouTube? Something's got to take off, right? Well, not so much so far. But you know what? No one ever got ahead in life by taking no for an answer. So quitting isn't really an option. Yeah, I know what you're saying, Tim. Something's going to hit. Well, in 23 years and hundreds of videos, if it ain't hit by now, well, like I said, sooner or later. The right person will see it and show it to the right person, and there we go. Boom, yeah. Well, it would be nice if they actually got here someday, huh? I've seen so many different channels on YouTube, and I've seen what I do, and I've had to do my research, about the algorithm and this and that, and so many channels just focus. Here's a big problem on YouTube. So many channels focus on just one subject. Like they all talk about how to build a house or how to plant your garden or how to do whatever. My videos, they're all over the place. So the algorithm, from what I've been seeing in other videos on YouTube, the algorithm doesn't know what to do with my videos. Well, I'll tell you what to do with it. Blast them all over the place. If anyone's an employee of YouTube and could, make a little setting change in YouTube to get mine out there, give me a call. Maybe we'll, make a little transaction or make a deal here. A little paid advertising, if you want to call it that. Boy. I'm not saying all my videos are the best ever. I'm not saying all of them are great. I'm saying, there's a few good ones here and there. What appeals to you? What works for you? What do you enjoy watching? Boy. But anyhow, let me think here for a minute. the whole LoudMouthTim series. I've really enjoyed doing it over all the years, and the last few years especially, all the stuff that's going on. It gives me a chance to either get in the car or get in front of the computer at home and say, hey, you know what? I don't like this. This is what's wrong with this. Here's how it should be. Make it like that. That's a good general basic format of a LoudMouthTim episode. You know what I don't like? This. Why is it like that? What is this? Thanks for the... And hold on a second. I hate to say, leave my reading glasses on. Thanks for the live stream. Mega valued customer. Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you for watching here. There was a... I'm going to touch this button here. Why is there... Oh, that's just an advertisement. Jeez. Yeah, thanks, mega valued customer. Oh, boy. Well, anyhow, like I said before, no one ever got ahead in life by taking no for an answer. 23 years and hundreds. Let's see. I got 210 videos on the website, loudmouthtim.com, and I'm right around 375 on YouTube so far. So that's what, 585 and counting. I know a lot of channels that have way more videos than 585, and they have varying levels of success. So anyhow, loudmouthtim.com and the LoudMouthTim YouTube channel. Something I've made and continued making over the years. I've enjoyed doing it, and I'm going to keep on doing it. And hopefully one of these days, this thing will take off here and get a lot more popular. That's always been the goal. All right, that's all for this episode. I'm going to do, well, we're 11 minutes already. Jeez, almost 12 minutes. Please hit the like, comment, and subscribe buttons right down there. Tell me what you think about all this. Go back and look at the website, loudmouthtim.com. Read the different pages, the site information page, like the yellow tab, the orange tab, the other tabs. Look at some of my old pictures and things on there. Read the history of how things evolved over there. I still make 3 or 4 episodes a year just for the website, and some of those I bring over here to this as well. You'll know when it is one because it has the video trailer included in it at the start, the first 47 or 48 seconds or so. All right, that's all for this episode. Like, comment, subscribe. Help me work this YouTube algorithm. And keep on watching and tell a whole lot of other people here. Help me blow this whole thing up and get, many, many more videos and views, watch hours, and subscriptions and stuff. 23 years. Boy, oh boy. If you had told me 23 years ago I'd be doing this and not having any more success at it than I have, I would have known what to say way back then. But it's been fun. I've enjoyed doing it. Someone around here has to be LoudMouthTim. Might as well be me.